So when the Chevrolet Traverse got its makeover for 2024, the new looks, everybody was talking about this RS trim. That's the current top trim level. But let's say you went to the entry level model, and this is what we call the LT in Chevrolet speak. It's a little bit different aesthetically. You get a little bit more of these bright accents that will come through the Chevrolet grille. You still get your signature daytime running lamps up top, dissected with your headlamps down below, and a little bit more of these chrome accents that are going to, surround the bezels of the headlamps as well. Wheels wise, you get these 18-inch aluminum rims. So you get your high polished aluminum with these dark gray accents, gives it a really nice two-tone effect. And why is the Traverse so popular? Well, it's a 3-row, 7-passenger SUV. And yes, you can order the second row as a 3-person bench, which would make it an 8-seater. But we have found majority of our customers, they prefer the captain's chairs because that way you can go into the third row without having to get out of the vehicle to get back into the vehicle. Now, what's the second reason why everybody wants an SUV is cargo carrying capacity. So when we open up your trunk, you're going to have this big, gigantic space. With the seats down, you have this huge area that goes all the way up to the second row, but it's a 3-row, 7-passenger seating. So all you have to do is pull these little pull handles here, and now you have access for your third row passengers, but you still have room with this little deep well for additional storage. And I find that really handy because if you put something in there and you wanted to fold your seats down, you don't have to do a stow and go and it's going to fall into your storage area. You still have access whether your seats are up or down. And when we close up the power trunk release, you're going to notice you get these little circles into the bumper. That's your telltale sign. Reverse park assist, as well as our rear cross traffic alert when you're driving in and getting out of parking spaces as well. Behind this bezel is your trailering package. And over on the side of the vehicle, you're going to get your safety alert with your blind zone alert, as well as your rear cross traffic alert. That's kind of standard equipment. Plus also in the front, you're going to get your camera. A few things there. You're going to get your lane keep assist, as well as your forward collision alert, your automatic pedestrian detection, plus low speed automatic braking. It also works well with your automatic headlamps and high beams as well. So getting into the third row is very simple. You just pull these handles forward, and then once this is closed, now I'm fairly comfortable in this third row. A lot of these third row SUVs, it feels more like a penalty box. I'm actually sitting on my seat. I got lots of room for my knees, my feet, my arms. Everything's, very, very comfortable. If I wanted to get into the second row, again, we're talking about the captain's chairs. Now I have access here. Again, very comfortable. Lots of foot room, knee room, head room. Everybody's comfortable. Being a 3-row SUV, these are your controls here for your tri-zone climate control. So I can control my fan speed, my temperature as well. Automatic climate control will be geared up to how they have it up at the front, can also be here at the back. Let's move to where the captain of this vehicle is going to sit. So if you're sitting up front and this is your rig, there's a couple of things that you're going to want to know. Your power seats are standard equipment here. You also have in your touchscreen, you have your heated seat controls. So you get high, medium, low, and off. You also have your steering wheel. That's going to be heated. You don't necessarily need heated seats and heated steering wheel when it's 25 degrees Celsius. But when winter comes, you definitely want to appreciate those features. And then the other aspect, it's an all-wheel drive with a Chevrolet. That means we can turn all-wheel drive on or off. So again, right now, we're driving around in a 2-wheel drive vehicle. But when you get inclement weather, you just push the all-wheel drive button, and now you have that sure-footedness of having your rear axle take in and take over, so you have a little bit more smoother driving. What else do you get with standard equipment? I got a wireless charging. That's going to be here in this deep well. You also have USB and USB-C ports for charging also. We're talking a little bit more about tri-zone climate control from your back passengers, so you can see both the driver and the passenger, they can control it. You either use your touchscreen or these knobs, so it gives everybody whatever they're comfortable with in order to change it. You also have automatic climate control, so it can keep the temperature at the pace you would like, just like you would do in your house. And you've probably noticed the big show stealer here is this 17-inch Google built-in infotainment system. Everything is controlled through this tablet. I'm really a big fan of this because it's a nice linear line between driver information center and this little tilt of the infotainment system kind of leans more towards everything. I said it's a Google built-in because you have your little quick menu up here, and you also have your Google Voice Assistant. That's how you talk to the vehicle. But again, Google Maps, when it loads, you also have, this is your embedded navigation system. So if you're familiar with Google Maps on your phone, your tablet, your laptop, whatever you do, it's the exact same way Google Maps works here on your screen. It just takes up this whole thing as opposed to a tiny little, device hanging up with your phone from your windshield. Driver information center, very legible, things that you would want. It's very customizable. You also have cruise control, which is adaptive cruise control also. And again, very comfortable SUV. If you wanted to bring your family with you, there's lots of room for everybody to have a nice, comfortable seat. So what motivates the Traverse? Underneath the hood is a 2.5-liter turbo 4-cylinder. Numbers-wise, it's 325 horsepower, 328 pound-feet of torque. That's all paired up to an automatic transmission. So when you didn't need to make those acceleration, those passing moves, or towing with a trailer, you have enough horsepower to get the job done. So we know Chevrolet understands that not everybody needs all the bells, all the whistles just to have a good-looking family hauler. The Chevrolet Traverse LT is a very good starting point with not too many sacrifices.